Porsche's 911 might be the ultimate automotive yes man. You want rear-wheel drive? Sure thing. All-wheel drive? Yup. Little more power? Lots more? Oh yeah. Lots more and then still a little bit more? You betcha. Maybe you want a whole shipping container full of power but no turbos in sight? We can do that. Or never mind power. How about a coupe? But of course. Convertible? Crazy complicated top that kind of just amounts to a huge sunroof. Of course. Highs looks good, goes real fast, the top goes down. Lows since when did a non-turbo 911 cost $136,690? All of those variations might confuse the issue, but each of them is a different take on excellence. Take the 911 GTS Cabriolet tested here. It's not entirely unfair to view the GTS as an elaborate option package, albeit one composed of some parts that are otherwise unavailable on a regular Carrera S. It starts with the body of the all-wheel drive 911 Carrera 4, which is 1.7 inches broader than the rear drive shell. Then toss in the PASM Sport suspension and satin black 20-inch centerlock wheels from the Turbo S. The latter are wider than the Carrera S's by a ½ inch, both front 9.0 inches and rear 12.0. Now fit bigger turbos pumping an extra 2.1 pounds per square inch into the intake, 13.1, compared with 16.0 on the Carrera S and 13.1 on the base Carrera, netting 450 horsepower at 6,500 revolutions per minute and 405 lb-ft of torque from 2,150 to 5,000. Make it loud with the Sport exhaust, and toss in the Sport Chrono package, which includes a nifty stopwatch atop the dash and dynamic engine mounts that firm up under aggressive driving to better control the powertrain's mass. Then dress it all up with black trim, badging, and exhaust finishes, plus dark tinted taillight lenses. It's at least $20,000 in extras compared with the Carrera S and costs not quite $16,000 more, $132,350 to the Carrera S. Cabrio's $116,750. Handle with skill. Today's 911s are the definitive defense of the notion of cantilevering the engine out over the rear axle, and nowhere is that truer than in the GTS. There's not even a whiff of the evil proclivities that earned a layout its bad reputation. In fact, modern 911s are so stable that the car applies the inside rear brake to help turn in, and the example tested here also has the optional $2,090 rear wheel steering system. Rotating more quickly was never something anybody wanted a 911 to do until recently. Drive like an idiot, and you still can end up in a high-speed reversing maneuver, but treat the car with respect, no need to cross the line, interfere, and the GTS will make you forget every negative word you've ever heard about 911 handling. With just 37.1% of its weight over the nose, its two 4535 ZR20 front tires yank the GTS into turns, and you can lean on the more widely spaced 3053 ZR20 rubber and back to power out hard without an intended oversteer. There are so many variations of the 911 that it's almost hard to view their accomplishments as exceptional, but 1.05 grams on the skid pad in a car that rides comfortably is precisely that. EH3.6 second run to 60 miles per hour isn't too shabby, either. Now that it's turbocharged, the 911 GTS makes as much power as the Capital Turbo did barely more than a decade ago. But no non-2 turbo has been rear drive since the 964 ended production in 1994. The turbos do mute the 3.0-litre flat six somewhat, but with the top or just the windows down, there's just enough whistle to add a little excitement to the sound drag. And it's hard to argue with the additional 80 lb-ft that the turbochargers contribute compared with the previous, naturally aspirated GTS. That's a bump of a full 25%. That the engine in this example is paired with a manual transmission made it even sweeter. Porsche's 7-speed is one of the finest gearboxes we've ever had the joy of stirring, with silky action and a progressive, perfectly weighted clutch pedal. So many ways to spend with so many variations on the theme. You might think that Porsche hasn't yet perfected the 911 formula. But you'd be wrong. It's just tweaking the formula to perfect it for a wide range of buyers. Well, that and to make ginormous piles of cash. Too bad that only the Carrera and Carrera 4 coupes start at less than $100,000 nowadays. This GTS cabriolet starts at $132,350. The rear axle steering and a couple of odds and ends bumped it up to $136,690. That's creeping awfully close to GT3 territory, $144,650. But with a more supple ride and the option to drop the top, the GTS is a more versatile example of the breed. Kind of like the 911 itself is to sports cars.